we're going to be asking our service user to lean forward and insert the sling on his back. Now make sure that you get most of it, underneath him as much as possible. Remember, the equipment must have been risk assessed to be used for this particular service user. What we're going to do is we're going to request our service user to lean towards me. Then we're going to tack the edge of the sling underneath him. And we will do the same on this end. Just tack it underneath him. Make sure that the front is crossed. So grab hold of the loops and cross them so that when you hoist the client, his modesty is maintained. Now you notice that we've got a longer loop and a shorter loop. And what you need to be doing is taking the longer loop and crossing it into the shortest loop, like this. This will leave you with the longer loop hanging, and that should secure his thighs, and his back is now ready and secure. What we're going to be doing next is bringing our hoist. Remember, take your hoist off brakes and widen the feet of your hoist so that you can get round the client. Have the second colleague holding on to the bar because this can be quite heavy and damaging, dangerous to the client. So we're going to lower the bar. As we bring the hoist closer. Keep on lowering for us, please, until you get to a comfortable height to loop him in. So for this particular move, we're going to be taking our client, thank you, from a sitting position probably to another sitting position. We'll start with a sitting position to another sitting position. Now to use a sitting position, you always use the longest loop here. This is the reason, thinking behind it is that you want to have his legs hang as low as possible. If you use the yellow loop, which is this one, his legs will be high in the air, and if you use the shortest loop, his legs will be way high up towards his chest. But we want to use the longest one and make sure that his legs hang low. Now when you look at the bar, you can see that it's got two parts or two hooks. One is for the lower part of his body and the other one is for the upper part of his body. Carefully bring in the hoist closer to the individual and use the shortest one for the upper part of the body so that when you start to hoist your client, his back comes up straight. And the angle that you want to achieve is a 90-degree angle. Once that is all done and ready, we're going to grab hold of our remote. And we're going to request the client to grab hold of the loops and then let him know that he's ready to go up. And up we go. You can use the loops at the back just to make sure that you position him and maintain safety. And there we go. That should do it. So we're going to try and bring another piece of equipment from the side. Before you place your client on the second equipment, which could be a commode, a wheelchair, another chair, Make sure that the second equipment is secure by putting the brakes on, and then use the hoist to pull it back and fit him into the second equipment. Now remember that the hoist is only a transferring equipment. It's not a transporting equipment. Once he's fitted into the equipment, use the loops to secure him into the equipment, lower him, making sure that his shins do not graze on the equipment. So you can gently move the hoist back and ensure that the bar does not scrape his face as well. Lower him to a comfortable height, and then you can happily remove the loops, and there you go. You have transferred your individual from one equipment to another. Remember that this equipment should be used by 2 people. It should never be used by one person, though it's not legally stated that it should be used by one person. And always make sure that you remove the sling from underneath the client. Don't leave your sling behind your service user. To remove the sling from the service user is very simple. Lower the sides of the second equipment, if it's a commode in this case, and uncross the front of the sling. Then request your service user or your individual to lean towards one side. Take it out just the same way it went in, and let him lean towards me, and just the same way it went in. Pull it out, and there you go. Remember to secure the sides of your equipment for the safety of your service user. Thank you. This concludes our training session today with Coral and Reed. I'm sure you found this very informative. In case you have any further inquiries, please do not hesitate to contact us at www.coralandreed.co.uk for our face-to-face learning, or alternatively, go to our online web portal at www.coralandreed.co.uk. Looking forward to seeing you. Thank you.